What's up? Hi everyone, my name is Bianca Carmichael.
And my name is Oros Mampofu.
And- Okay, now I'm Bianca Carmichael, Sondolama, Mini Cooper, and I'm a Range Rover.
No, please. And together we are
Black Love Unplugged.
Yes.
So guys, thank you so much for, you guys seem to enjoy last week's one, hey?
Yeah.
But thank you so much for everyone who subscribed and commented and just letting us know what you think. It has been such an amazing journey to take with you guys because you guys are so open-minded. Even the closed-minded people, I actually enjoy everyone's views because you guys teach me something.
Yeah, you guys had a lot to say, a lot to say. But we always appreciate it, guys. And that's why we always make sure and we push for you guys to make sure that you subscribe, that you follow us, and that you do the thing and comment below. Give us exactly what you think, exactly what your views are. Because at the end of the day, this is about the transition in us as a people.
Yeah.
Young black love, young black people getting an identity and identifying with what it means to be a young black and in love in this day and age in this society.
Yeah.
We're facing a lot of stuff, and with the world changing in such a fast-paced way, it's beautiful to actually have communication around these subjects and get into a way of thinking and into a way of understanding that is kind of as inclusive and inclusive as possible.
Yeah, so today we actually decided that we're gonna start by reading some of the comments that you guys posted on the polygamy, polyandry, and what else was it? Monogamy. Yes.
Yeah.
So we're gonna read just a few comments and also respond to those comments. So or so you're gonna open?
Yeah, I think we're gonna open.
channel
We're gonna
for us.
open a few of them to the channel just so we can read some of the comments on the YouTube. I think it's fair to do the ones on the YouTube, right? Yes. Here's the last one we did.
Are you
Are
ready?
you gonna read them for me, baby?
Yes, I will. I will.
Alright.
Okay, let me see. Where are the comments?
Yeah, the comments. Okay.
Okay.
So we had a lot of people who had a lot to say, and it's nice because it's such a controversial subject. And didn't it make it worse the fact that the next day, entanglement became literally the trending topic. I was like, wow, what are the chances that we're gonna talk about a subject, and then the next day the people that we wanted to talk about become the topic of the entire world,
dude,
guys.
Actually we need to talk about the
Yeah, no, we're gonna go into that.
So Pindiwe Mtembu says,
what's up, Pindiwe?
if as a man you cannot accept your partner seeing other people, don't expect her to understand you seeing other women. I will never understand why men think the feeling is different for women. What do you think about that?
That's true, because I think all men have always had this idea, Yogba, no, women can handle it, men can't. Obviously there is the perspective of the fact that our pains are drawn from different places. Like Tina, we are very proudful people. So Tina, I think because a bigger part of us is based on ego, pride, and all of these elements, when we do get cheated on, it kind of hits a little bit lower under the belt.
I beg to differ.
You beg to differ?
I beg to differ. It's just that society has taught us to accept it. But the pain is the same, guys. Think about a girl you've cheated on, how crazy she becomes after that.
Yeah.
It hits us in the same way. It's just that we are also cultured to accept that, amadoda ends us so.
And maybe it's because of the fact that you guys can tolerate more. Because I think if I was cheated on and then cheated on and then cheated on, I think I would actually lose my mind and not be able to stay in the relationship. But girls, they seem to be able to maintain it.
But I look at the what's in 2000s. I look at their age group and how they interact, and I'm so sometimes it scares me, but sometimes I'm so proud of the way the women the young women, they stand up for that. There seems to be more of an equal thing coming forward. They're not afraid of their sexuality. It's such a beautiful thing to see, where women love themselves for them.
It's admirable. We see there's this backbone in the woman.
Yeah.
This, I don't actually fuck you, we doing this too.
Exactly.
Kind of a thing.
Exactly.
And it's beautiful to see. Yeah, I think we could make an entire subject of that. Let's move on to the next one.
And Nongulego Lydia.
What's up, Nongulego?
Hey,
thank you so much for commenting.
Has said, and you're back with the blanket.
Oh yeah, that was last week. Yeah. It was insane cold, and it even got cold as
I'm sure meeting. Not me.
We hope not.
Not me. I can't, no.
Okay.
Atilol, you guys are good listeners. I like that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think Oros is afraid of getting hurt. Let it go, Oros. Even if it happens that someone you trusted disappoints you, you don't let it change who you are.
Hold on. I've been getting this comment quite a few. I know, you'll carry on. But I have been getting a lot of these comments about Oros is just hurt. Oros is just hurt. I think more than anything, one, there is a cautious element to me because I feel like it's like getting into a bit of an accident, car accident, and then afterwards still driving the same way. You are going to be more cautious. You are going to talk about, when you're driving, you have to look left and right. You know, those things are going to be more of a subject than they were previously.
Yeah, but don't you think that sometimes being overly cautious stops you from enjoying your drive?
Which is true, but I think it should be a situation of finding the balance as opposed to being like, no man, just because you were hurt before doesn't mean you won't be hurt again. Just live the way you did in the past.
Okay, maybe people feel that you talk about your pain more than you do.
Do you know what I think the bigger problem is? Women aren't used to men expressing their pain and the issues that they've been in the past. And the moment a man does that, it's like, oh dude, you're too sensitive. Clearly it means you're hurt. No, that's the idea that it presents. And for me, I feel like it's okay. I should be able to speak about the things that have hurt me in my past, and that's what I think we should advocate for more men to do. To talk about what's painful, what they're afraid of, and all of those things.
But you know, I understand what you're saying, and I sit here knowing exactly what pain is in relationships. But I don't think I've brought it up that much in this journey of Black Love Unplugged, you know, as a reason to not love you completely.
But it does affect you.
It does affect me.
Which means you're just not expressing enough.
No, but I refuse to make it, like, if I speak out to the universe that this is how I want my relationship to be, you know, yes, I have pains, but I'm speaking it out and I'm trying to practice, you know, as opposed to I'm hurt, I want to do it this way.
Yeah, I think it's different strokes for different folks. When you choose to maybe like find a new way of living and you carry on with it, and I choose to kind of heal through dialogue, and you know I'm an expressive guy, so I prefer to talk.
Do you want to talk about what is this thing that hurts you so much?
I don't think it's a particular thing. It's like just the elements and that of, you know, the climates of life that kind of, you know, let's carry on.
Guys,
no, guys, allow me to be free to speak about my pain. It's what men should do. Men don't do it enough. And that's why I'm going to advocate, and I'm actually making a point, because we need to allow men to purge. We need to allow men to express their concerns, frustrations, and all of those things. This is what creates toxicity. But let me purge.
Okay. Then she goes on to say, I, for one, I don't like sharing. But reality of the matter is that people cheat. So I'd rather be open about it than doing it behind your partner's back. Let it be their choice to stay or leave. I agree. I think transparency and communication should be key, and you guys are so consistent on this channel. I love it. I love you. God bless you.
Oh man, we love you too. That was actually such a beautiful comment.
Yes, Nongulego, thank you so much.
Wow, Ngos, thank you so much, Lydia. Listen, man, I think another aspect about it that I also agree with is the aspect around what was this? The second point she was putting up about if a guy, transparency.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
I love her point about transparency, and I totally agree.
Transparency is very important.
Yeah.
And then someone else said this was actually quite funny and fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's Rebecca Raydani. I hope I'm saying your surname right. But on a more serious note, I believe we need to be careful on how we carve out this new path about love, or rather black love. It is important that as we are trying to figure out our way forward, that we are not only basing it on our personal thoughts and feelings, because those are also influenced by other external factors, but that we base this new path also upon solid principles of love, considerateness, unselfishness, and spirituality.
Wow.
Yay!
It's true, because Nyani.
Ribs!
No, that's very powerful. Thanks, Rebecca. Like, I think Nyani, that's the thing about us in this day and age. We've kind of, in a way, westernized our views in such a way that we're kind of like isolated in the way that we love, and we don't consider the family, the community element, and all of those types of things. So and especially spirituality, we all like, oh no, let's just do what we want to do. But it's like, hey dude, what are your beliefs? How do your beliefs coincide with that very thing?
Yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying. And then there's a specific, I'm gonna read one more, right?
Okay.
But
I
can't.
love these comments. Damn, y'all got lit ass comments, man. Now you gotta please keep commenting, guys. Wow, that's
I can't
nice.
find this comment that I actually read. I know I'm being biased by
You're
looking
being biased,
for it specifically. Okay, I'm gonna read one more randomly, and then I'm gonna speak about that one. It's just that I won't remember your name, so I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Teletubby said, I think if I need to let him marry polygamous, I should be the one to choose who his second wife will be.
Oh.
Besides that, I don't even have to suspect anything, whether he's cheating on me or not. We make the choice together.
That is a solid point. I think it's nice in that, for one, but it does have a biasness to it, because it's like, okay, who would choose someone that would threaten them, you know, or anything like that, you know? But then on the other side of it, I think it shows an inclusiveness in the act of polygamy in terms of the family. It shows that we are doing this polygamous thing as a family and not just as
I understand that, but how does that work? Because at the end of the day, don't you need to have a connection with that person as well? So if I randomly go pick someone off the street, you know,
I don't think it's a pick someone off the street. It's like we meet someone. If I'm like, oh, this person's quite striking, baby, and you're like, actually, I was saying the same thing.
Okay.
There's actually who's these guys? One of these American guys who are actually polygamous, and the same thing happened. The guy had been working with this girl for like so many years, and one day this guy was actually like, they were at a dinner thing, and just, the guy was like, what do you think of this lady? And the wife was like, actually, I've been eyeing this lady for the last 2-3 years.
Gotcha.
And then they were like, actually, let's approach her and see what she thinks about it.
Is this a
and
black
they approached
couple?
her. Black couple.
Oh wow, and they
Black
married.
American, yeah.
And now they're all married.
Yeah.
All right, that is good. My comment's unloading, but the comment that I want, can I put the phone down now?
Yeah, sure.
The comment that I was speaking about, the reason why I want to bring this up is because it's a subject that is quite important to me, where this person was like, okay, fine, you're in a polygamous relationship or polyandry relationship. What about sexual health when it comes to these multiple partners? You know, and she mentioned that, do y'all decide that y'all always use protection? Then if you decide to use protection with someone, are you going to go and disclose to all your partners, or do y'all all test together?
And especially in the world we're in, where like there's so many illnesses, there's so many diseases out here in these streets. It makes it so much more difficult to kind of manage all of that stuff with the intersections that happen. Like, guys, we've all seen intersections.
If you haven't,
one partner,
it is on Netflix.
Yeah, it is on Netflix. You know, one partner decides to go outside and runs a mess, and then it's mayhem. So I think, you know, transparency becomes a very big deal if polygamy is going to be something that you're doing. But like, we must bring this up that, guys, these aren't necessarily, all of these subjects that we talk about on Black Love Unplugged aren't necessarily where we stand, but in a bigger sense, where we are willing to think towards, because I do believe that we are evolving. Our love is very young.
Yes.
Our young, you know, and it's learning, and it's nice to be able to indulge in all of these
subjects as well.
You know, to see what resonates with us, where we agree more, where we agree less, and what we'd like to be part of more and part of less in retrospect. Okay. So it's not like we're literally anything that we've spoken of yet, right?
Huh?
Sensual.
Oh, okay. I was just like, wait, what?
You never know.
Where we go.
Never know.
But yeah, like, so can we move on to the subject that people have been commenting about, which is part 2, guys.
Yeah.
Part 2,
Yeah.
guys, which is open relationships.
Mm.
And I took the lead last week when it came to opening these things. Do you want to start with your definition of open relationships?
Yeah, sure. Open relationships, for me, I think open relationships, well, do you want to just explain
So
it?
an open relationship is when you committed to someone, right? You, like, for instance, you and I, but you were both allowed to dabble outside of the relationship, but openly. Where, you know, sometimes you do it together. Some people do it together, some people don't. It depends on how what's comfortable for that couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, it's both parties having fun, but maintaining the seriousness of their relationship as the partners. So everybody else outside is not serious, and everybody inside is serious. Personally, I don't know. Like, it's something that, like I said, I've always had, like, there's a lot of question around the whole monogamy thing, because it's like, I wonder how long that kind of stuff lasts. Just, you know, looking at it from a realistic aspect, you know. So for me, I think it's a situation where, as long as the people will be transparent with each other and would be true in terms of their views and whatever, I think, if anything, it would be very exciting. It would keep the relationship very young. It would keep the relationship on its toes, where it's learning a lot, and it's always kind of like figuring out what it means to be in love in these new dimensions and dynamics. I think it would be quite cool. I think it'd be cool.
I mean, for me, I think there is an exciting element to it as well, you know. I'm not saying that, like, now every day those two people are seeing each other, but sometimes, like, you know, let's say you go away on holiday, you're like, hey babe, you know, or you know, some people even enjoy swinging, where they do it as a couple. You go somewhere, you meet another couple, and
you're like, oh damn, let's all go home together.
You know, sometimes do it as they bring one person home, you know. So I think it depends on the stability of your relationship.
That's what I was actually going to touch into,
yeah. It depends on the stability of your relationship and the sensitivity of both partners.
Yeah, man. Like I honestly think it's such a cool thing. But for me, like, I feel like, especially as Mdomnyama, like, there's so many emotions that we're still trying to deal with, that we're still trying to dabble into and trying to identify with. I would urge that if it's something that any couple would be interested in, that they first fix the home, fix the house, make sure that you guys are stable, make sure that you guys are, like, totally, like, totally
stable,
yes,
secure.
totally aware of where you guys stand with each other, secure with each other, and that you guys, you know, trust each other and express a sense of love to each other that is fulfilling. Because the moment now your partner is kissing the other girl or the other guy in a way, and you're like, wait, hold on, why haven't I ever seen that happen?
What is that?
Whoa, wait, you know, now Goku.
It's just like,
yeah, Goku's like, wait, we have never done that. Why are they, no, guys, stop, cut, you know?
Yeah.
Because that is what you run the risk of. That is what you run the risk of when you decide about, hey guys, I want to be with somebody else. That other person, you don't know what they have to offer, and that what that person has to offer could be a threatening for the other party.
I think, like, if I were to go in that direction, like, as much as I say that it could be an interesting thing, but I think I would have a fear of, what if you fell in love with someone else in the process? And would I blame myself and say, shit, I shouldn't have agreed to this, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many questions around it, like.
Yeah, but on the other hand, it's like, if you don't agree to this stuff and someone decides to go cheat outside, that stuff is not controlled either, you know? That person goes cheats they can decide that they fall in love with anyone. Like,
Yeah, but I can
nobody
find her
has-
in my house and like think she's an intruder and kill her, you know, and then as opposed to knowing about
Red flag.
her.
Red flag.
It's too late now.
No, but for real though.
No, I hear what you're saying, Ori, but like you, at the end of the day, when you go and cheat, that is a decision you make, you know. But I played a part in you falling in love with someone else.
Yeah, but like if you not agreeing to an open relationship when someone wants it, when they cheat and then they fall in love with someone else, you also played a
No,
part.
but
in
that's
that.
a job. But if you come to me and say, Bianca, I want to be in an open relationship, and I say to you, I don't want to be in an open relationship, and you guys actually decide to stay together, that was your first mistake.
Mm. So it goes back to what Lydia was saying.
Yes, transparency.
Transparency and coming to an agreement with regards to that.
Mm.
Do you think though, with all of these things, monogamy, polygamy, polyandry, all these things, do you feel like these things or these ways of doing things should be something that is disclosed before you date someone or before you guys become serious with someone, and that if someone does disclose this type of stuff in the relationship, that they don't have a right to kind of say no, this is what they request?
Yes, I really think that you should be. You know why you still nisahlekisana in the beginning? Oh, this is what I believe. Oh, this is what I believe. So that you know, you might actually. Funny thing is that if you guys have disagreeing views of relationships, you guys actually might become very close friends.
Mm.
And it doesn't. Not everything needs
Has
to
to go
lead
to
to
a
a
relationship.
relationship.
True. But like now, what if you come to this view of thinking like there's a lot of people who are watching this stuff and being enlightened and they are in relationships
And you discover in a
and they
relationship,
discover, but oh my
you-
gosh, actually I'm unhappy in this monogamous way of doing things. I want to do this thing in a more polygamous way or in a more open way.
I
Then
mean,
what?
for me, I don't think it's fair to say, for you to say that I want to do things in a polygamous way when you are already in something. I think it's fair to say I want to be in something open, where you give that person the opportunity also to see if they want to explore outside of the relationship, instead of keeping them caged in the relationship, but you get out whenever you want and come back in.
Okay, repeat that for me.
I'm saying that if I were in a long-term relationship,
Yes. And then
in a
somebody.
monogamous way,
Yes.
I would prefer that someone came to me and said, I think I actually really want to be in an open relationship.
Or try something, another dimension to this thing.
Or, you know, like, I think maybe once a year, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
As opposed to, I want to be in a polygamous
Oh,
relationship.
and this whole first thing.
Because I stay trapped in this and you go and explore, you know? So what's in it for me when it's like this, you know, and stuff? At least give me the chance also to be like, okay, if you're stepping out, I'm stepping out too. You know, because chances are I changed my mind too somewhere along the way. That shit, I actually miss messing around outside. You know, so I think I would try and accept. I think, you know, as like I'd be so upset if someone just came to hit me with polygamy 10 years down the line. Be like, what? Yeah, like.
I think so, but like I think it's quite hectic because like to not have the freedom to evolve, transform and grow, because in essence that's what you're doing when you come through with another view. That's you in your evolution as an individual. And I feel like this is the biggest issue in relationships, is that once you get into a relationship, there's this complacency element that seeps in, and now all of a sudden we have to all fit into this box that we've created, and we can become nothing above and beyond it.
And that's why constant communication is so important.
Exactly.
It is very, very important.
Which means, though, which going back to what we were saying, because you were saying at the beginning that someone shouldn't just come through 10 years down the line, you'd be upset. But it's like, guys, that is, in actual fact, a fruitful relationship should be in a position where it's growing consistently and it's being stretched. It's being stretched at some point around some subject. You know, whether it's emotionally,
But like, how did you
spiritually.
discover in a relationship that you want to be polygamous? Does that mean that you were already being polygamous without me knowing?
No, it means that maybe I've been reading books, I've been watching documentaries, I've been considering stats.
Fine,
I've been seeing how other relationships are outside.
I'll never
maybe
step
I've
in
been
the way
getting
of
stale.
someone transforming, but your transformation must accept that there's some things that I cannot accept. So if you want to transform, be willing to let go of the structure of your world. If you decide that I'm
Both
transforming
ways.
and this is what I want, then you should be willing to let go of like, for instance, me and Arya leaving the house and going to live somewhere else.
With someone else.
Possibly with
yeah.
someone else.
Okay, yeah. I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I think that people can also be selfish in their transformation, that they want to transform and also keep things the way they are.
Yeah, I mean, that is the human element within us. We want to preserve what we're comfortable with, but that's the point. The point is to always to not maintain the norm for security, to maintain the norm for fulfillment, and to grow towards fulfillment. So if the current state that we're in is not fulfilling for us as a relationship, as a couple, as a team, or then we should consider different ways. Or if the way we are living and the way we are doing things is fulfilling to us, then we maintain what we're doing. And that's what we should continue to have as a true north. Are we fulfilled? Okay, are we fully fulfilled? Because what elements around fulfillment do we need to add
but the thing is that sometimes I feel like people
element?
put too much pressure on relationships on saying, am I fully fulfilled? A relationship should only fulfill a certain part of your life. It shouldn't fulfill your entire life. So sometimes people base their misery on the relationship they're in, but they're just failing to fulfill other elements
of their
life.
lives.
For instance, someone could go out, like a woman or a man could go out and be with a young person and say, oh my God, I miss being here. I'll be adventurous and think, Loguti, that's where the fulfillment is. Gandhi, that's not. The fulfillment is you miss excitement. You don't necessarily need to go messing around with young people.
Or doing something
you just
that's
need to
gonna be
anchor to something that gives you that
feeling. You go boogie boarding, you go sky, what you call it? Snowboarding, all these types of things.
So it's quite a
but I think it's an exciting subject because it stretches one's mind. I think what I love most about it is that it breaks the convention around normal thought. The comfort that we have set, and we've set these parameters around ideas of owning each other. In a relationship, I own my partner, she owns me, and it ends up seeping into so many other things, and people end up living a half of the experience that they could have in the event that they maybe was with someone else, or in the event that they were actually single. Because control no longer becomes you should commit to me as a sexual partner, but it should be you can't talk to other people in this way. It becomes you can't spend time with one for too long. It becomes you can't come home at this time. It becomes, and then all of a sudden you literally are in a prison in your relationship.
but shouldn't we be sensitive around things like that? Like, for instance, if you can see that, let's say, one of your friends or someone is literally making moves on me, and disrespecting you, phambi kwabantu, and you say to me, avoid loyo muntu loyo. Shouldn't I be sensitive to the fact, not everything is, oh my God, you're controlling me.
And I totally agree with that, but I feel like that's one of the rare cases, and that should also be more about how you as a person also kind of pick your friends. Because if you have friends that are like that,
no, it was just an example. It's just that it's like, for instance, men feel that women saying, I don't like this girl, and I you talking to this girl makes me uncomfortable. They feel that's an element of control. And because most women aren't like that, where they speak to just guys that you can see. Wait, where you can see that guys are trying to like hit on this person. It's a rare cases where women are seen in situations like that. But a woman could easily say, I feel trapped when we're sitting in the lounge and you tell me you're hungry. That is control. You know,
Okay.
Loguti, everyone is sitting, we're all comfortable, but that someone must stand up and go and make you something to eat when you're literally sitting doing nothing. That could be a form of control.
Yeah.
So I think that we need to be sensitive around the word control, because it's so easy for men to throw the word around. You're controlling me, you know?
Yeah, I think control is something that generally we should be sensitive to from all elements.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And I think that's the point I was trying to make, that it's more than anything, we should consider evolving towards fulfillment and not considering elements of expectations to be something that overlaps and becomes an element of control in a relationship, where now it was just about, I want you to commit to me, you commit to me, and then now on the basis of that I create so many other things to hold you down.
I think that's why communication, as I said, I think communication will always be, you know. But what did you think about this entanglement? Or what were you about to say?
Oh my gosh, guys,
It's getting dark.
it's getting dark. And I should have actually put a light on.
Yeah.
You know, if we'd actually put a light, it's actually getting pretty dark.
Yeah.
So soon you're not gonna be able to see us. So I think let's cut it down. Next week, what are we talking about?
What are we talking about next week?
I think next week we're talking about parameters. Let's talk about parameters.
Should you know the password to your partner's phone?
you know. So it's elements, knowing your partner's phone, having access to
their house if you don't
to
live
their
there.
house, their messages, all of that kind of stuff.
Calling their family.
Yeah. Yeah. How long should it be until you have access to their family members? And when is it intruding? When you get into that kind of stuff, and when aren't you intruding? You know, when are the right times, and is it appropriate to have your partner's password, your partner's to be able to look into your partner's call log, your partner's messages, your partner's WhatsApps or DMs? Is that appropriate
It goes
stuff?
down in the DM. And easy.
So guys, yeah, if you can get 200, ne? I think let's keep it at 200.
Yeah, let's make it standard.
200 comments, guys, and next week we're going to be talking about parameters within the relationship. What are the right parameters? What are the wrong parameters?
What's healthy, what's not.
What's healthy, what's not? What's going too far and what's going not too far? All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys.
so much,
we appreciate you guys. Keep commenting, keep subscribing, keep following and liking. And we'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much.
And we are
Black Love Unplugged.